A squatting saga the News for Jack's I-Team has been chronicling could soon be resolved.
Yeah, it's been more than a year since the I-Team exposed a loophole in the law. That allowed two women to live rent-free in a Jacksonville home for weeks while the property owner wasn't allowed inside.
You don't have every right to be in the house at all.
Yeah, one of the women was arrested in April and charged with criminal mischief and trespassing. And now she's agreed to plead guilty and to pay restitution to that homeowner.
News for Jack's reporter Ann Maxwell has been following the story from the beginning. And Ann, you were in the courtroom for today's hearing.
Yeah, Joy, here in court today, it was revealed both sides had come to a plea deal, with the defendant agreeing to plead guilty, serve 12 months probation, and pay about $3,600 in restitution to the homeowner. However, the judge indicated she's not prepared to approve that proposed plea deal just yet.
Once you're in my property and you're in my house,
this is not your property.
Oh, okay. Confrontation at this house last year, leading now to confrontation in the courtroom.
She created enormous emotional and psychological damage by turning my life upside down, by squatting in my home.
Patty Peoples and her business partner were in the process of selling their vacant rental home last March when this woman moved in, claiming she had been a victim of a rental scam. The same story she told at a nearby property before being evicted there after several months. Because she claimed she was the victim, she was allowed to stay in Peoples' house rent-free for weeks as the case moved through the civil court system. In the meantime, Peoples wasn't allowed inside. After they were evicted, Peoples found the house like this. One of the women who had moved in was charged with trespassing and criminal mischief for less than $1,000 worth of damage related to a broken window. We aren't naming her because the charges she's facing are misdemeanors.
Why did you break the window?
Do it look like we did it on purpose? Don't say nothing to her. Bye.
At her first court hearing, she denied being involved.
No, unfortunately, that wasn't me.
That is you in the video. What are you talking about?
Unfortunately, that wasn't, so I don't know what you're talking about.
But in court Monday, she had come to an agreement to plead guilty.
I don't feel as if that I am a criminal.
She said she fully cooperated with law enforcement, even calling the police herself. She told the officer she was a victim of a rental scam, but he suspected she was the scammer.
You can come back later. Matter of fact, I will call other people here as well because I don't like how this is going. I do feel significantly bad because when I did see the damage, it was just like, whoa, wow. And again, that is not me as a person. So I just wanted to let you know again that I do apologize, not to only you, but Miss Patty for what she has to go through. And that's all I really wanted to say because I feel like I was being looked at in a bad way, and that's just not me personally.
To Peoples, the apology rang hollow.
Mostly what I heard was that she felt like her voice had not been heard.
She didn't stop to speak with us after court. Any statement you wanted to make?
In fact, if you look at any of the videos that have been provided, it's mostly her voice that we hear, with her indicating that she has every right to be in a house that she stole. So that's the kind of apology that I would like to hear.
Judge Julie Taylor said here today she needs more information on this case before making a decision on whether to approve or reject this proposed plea agreement. She's scheduled a sentencing hearing for Thursday, and she said she hopes a law enforcement officer involved in this case will be able to appear to provide that perspective. Reporting live downtown, Ann Maxwell, Channel 4, the local station.
Yeah, and so many people have just thought it was so audacious of that woman to even go in and claim that it was her home. We know your work on this investigation and what Patty Peoples went through has made a difference. It inspired the unanimous passage of a new state law to combat squatting.
That's right, Kent. That just went into effect on July 1st. It passed unanimously in the state legislature with bipartisan support. And what it does is it allows law enforcement to immediately remove somebody living in a home if they don't have a valid lease. And Peoples was just so perplexed that that wasn't the way it was when all of this happened at her home. Kent?
It's the way it is now. Ann Maxwell, thank you for your live report.